Today, almost all of us are familiar with some aspect of computers. We may not know what makes a computer work, but we probably know how to make one do something, or we've seen other people using them.
We play games on them, write letters on them, run businesses with them, and use them to discover, design, test, and even manufacture new products. The computer has become a nearly indispensable tool for which new uses are being developed practically every day.
As with any tool, there are people who use computer systems and people who make them. At one level, computer science is theory and science, the study of computation. At a practical level, computer scientists design programs and systems to make the computers do what they do.
A high percentage of all computer applications are designed for and used by businesses, banks, insurance companies, sales, and marketing organizations. The rest are systems designed for an increasingly varied portfolio of industries, for medical research and diagnosis, for defense, for oil and mineral exploration, for aerospace manufacturing, even for computer-animated film graphics. The background and education you need to work with computers in any one of these areas depends on the area. If you work in business systems, you need a business background. If you work with medical systems, you need medical knowledge. And if you work in aerospace, you need engineering know-how.
I thought about programming in business, and I have a business degree to help me understand. I took a lot of accounting courses to help me understand when the person said, I'd like a budget set up this way, I could program it without having to tell me the whole system that he works in. Or if you were going to go into, you say you want a program for a large industry, a scientific-oriented industry, then you should have a lot of science in your background. And if not necessarily like chemistry or something, but definitely a lot of math. Because science has a lot of equations in it. You should know how to work those and what people do with them. Because how can you program if you don't understand what you're doing?
I believe in computer science, you can apply that field to almost anything. Medicine, arts, sciences, chemistry. There's a lot of different ways you can apply computer science.
You may be involved just in designing systems, how the computers interact with each other, how they interact with users. And coding is definitely a part of that, but not necessarily the computer scientist's part of that. You can hire a person to code a program who hasn't ever even been to college. The computer science person basically decides what needs to be coded and how it should be coded, and then you hire a coder to do the actual coding of it.
Until the era of computers, the only practical way to test an airplane flight control system was to build the system and fly the airplane. Today, digital computer systems, designed and built by computer engineers, have dramatically changed testing procedures. Fuel efficiency, automatic throttle systems, force field systems, radar, and other aircraft control systems can be simulated entirely on computers and tested in flight simulator mock-ups. Flight time is eliminated and control systems are perfected before they're even built, improving accuracy and saving time and money. Computer scientists working in manufacturing design have developed computer programs that help identify and analyze mechanical stress points. By programming mechanical action directly onto the screens of their computer terminals, designers can see how the parts fit together, how they move, and whether once assembled, they will interfere with the other parts, all before the product is actually made. One of the most dynamic illustrations of computer system development is what is referred to as CAM, Computer-Aided Manufacturing. Beginning with prototype models developed in the United States, the Japanese auto industry has built fully automated manufacturing plants that allow them to build cars faster and for far less than would be possible using conventional assembly line methods. Various U.S. industries, including aerospace, are moving increasingly toward computer-aided manufacturing techniques to cut production time and costs, to increase efficiency, and to offset the effects of foreign competition. In computer-aided manufacturing, computers in the manufacturing area are programmed to control robots and other automated assemblies to weld, rivet, drill, finish, and even paint complicated products. Taking the process a step further, computer scientists now are perfecting systems that link the product design stage to the manufacturing stage. Thus, the designer of the future may actually become the manufacturer. The design will be fed directly to the machines that make the product.
I thought, I've been at school 4 years, I've been programming a lot those 4 years, and I thought to myself that I really didn't want to continue in the programming area. But I was still able to find a job because there are so many different aspects in computer science. If you don't like what you're doing right now, you can move to another area. So it's very flexible and allows you to grow.
Problem solving, that's basically what attracted me about computer science. There's always some kind of problem that you need to think about and then solve, and then computer science is just a tool that you use in order to help you solve that problem.
How does one prepare for a career in computer science? Well, first of all, find out if you like working with computers. Some people don't. The best way is to take a course in programming. Learn a computer language. Get your hands on a computer and play with it. You'll find out soon enough if you like it. If studying the science and theory of computers is your interest, you'll want to take a lot of math, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, and a lot of science, chemistry, and physics. If your interest lies in business, take accounting, data processing, economics, marketing, statistics, general business courses, math, and science. If your goal is engineering design, take math, science, and as many technical courses as you can. Whatever your choice, start preparing yourself as early as you can. Some universities have student quotas, and only the top applicants are accepted. And take as many English courses as you can fit into your schedule. Computers are pure communication, and nothing is more important in using them than being able to write and speak clearly and concisely.
Your writing skills are very important. That's something that is often overlooked, and it's something that I overlooked in high school. I figured that the minimum amount of English would be fine. But you have to pass those classes in college that deal with composition, technical writing, and to be an engineer or a computer science engineer, you have to be able to document what you do.
It's also extremely important to be able to write, and I find myself wishing I'd taken a speech class or two.
One of my classes in college was a logic class in the philosophy department, and it was just if, then, else type logic, but I think there was a lot of good things in there that I could apply right to work.
You often get into a lot of higher level math like calculus that you may not use a lot, but there's also probability and statistics which can be really important. Linear algebra is very important because in computer programming you deal a lot with arrays and stacks and queues which are based on linear algebra, and that can be really important. And you have abstract algebra, which is an abstract way of representing numbers, and that can get important when you're trying to deal with programming.
Many four-year colleges offer degrees in computer science. Top graduates are in high demand. Beginning salaries vary somewhat, depending on the graduate's class standing and sometimes on the school's reputation. Generally, however, first salaries are comparable to those paid chemists or engineers. There is another way to go, too. Many community colleges offer good computer courses, some of which can prepare you for advanced study at four-year institutions.
I think it's a lot easier to get into a university. It's a lot easier to transfer from a community college than it is to go straight into it sometimes.
Since classes are smaller and the instruction tends to be more individualized, a community college can be a good place to begin. Many community colleges also offer two-year vocational degrees for those who simply want to work with computers. Entry-level salaries for these graduates are generally on a par with those paid licensed practical nurses or secretaries. Every community college and university offers different courses and emphasizes different aspects of computer science. So it's important to know what you want, to call around, visit the campuses if possible, and find out what is available.
You hear again and again that computer technology is the wave of the future. Well, it isn't. Computer technology is here, now. The future depends on how we apply it, what you do with it. If a career in computer science sounds right for you, talk to your school's counselor about it. Join a computer club if your school has one. And get your hands on a computer soon. Doing it yourself is the only way to find out if you really like it.
I do like what I'm doing. I enjoy problem solving. I enjoy challenge, and computer science certainly brings that.
The jobs are plentiful. It's a growing field.
You feel like you've accomplished something, and it's usually something hard, so you feel like you've accomplished something that most people, or a lot of people, couldn't accomplish.